Jerome Powell says that there will be some loosening of rules about cryptocurrencies and banks. Those who have XRP are welcome to return to the crypto channel as Winsgate is coming to a close. All of a sudden, we're seeing some green. At the same time that we see red coins, I want to express my thanks to you for always searching the market. XRP, on the other hand, has only dropped about 0.4% in USD compared to the previous clear, which itself has dropped about 0.8%. Right now, the price of XRP is sitting on top of and holding its place above very strongly. One more thing that can be seen is that it was trading at $28.00 at the time this report was made. The market cap is now $124 billion, 0 cents, up from $124 billion, 0 cents in our last report. The value has gone up and the trade volume has gone from, as I said, it's almost $3 billion, 0 cents for the last 24 hours. Still, as is usual, before we go any further, I'd like to give a little disclaimer. The goal of this channel is not to give any business advice. If you want to invest in cryptocurrency, you should always do your own study and due diligence. Tariffs might have Jerome Powell, chair of the Federal Reserve, says that the changes will have a bigger and longer lasting effect on inflation than was first thought. I think it goes without saying that if you really knew how tariffs work, you would also understand why something like this would be possible. There is still a lot of mystery if you believe it. Hi, now this is true whether you believe it or not. In fact, we saw 2 days in a row of negative prices on the stock market, and cryptocurrency has also gone down in the big picture. So what's really going on here? Most of it comes from what you hear about the outside world in the news. In terms of the tariffs, right now it's clear that a lot of countries, especially the US, are working together to find a solution. But as of now, nothing has been done. The stock is only in place for 90 days. Needless to say, after 90 days, it's clear that a lot of things are being asked, like what will really happen after that. But we'll see. There's obviously a lot of time, and I think we might be able to solve this problem if more and more countries work together to find an answer. The question now is whether this is really the case. There will be at the next Federal Reserve meeting, interest rates will likely go down. Please let me know what you think in the area below, since a drop in interest rates is definitely needed. If the rate cut doesn't happen, I think the market will once again be shaken up. Tell me what you think about that, but take a look at it. The Bank of UK and Ripple are the two organizations most harmed by it. Do you know that the Bank of England has also worked with the US-based blockchain company Ripple to test an introduction ledger system? The system is meant to sync up different payments in different regulated token groups by using the introduction ledger rules for. When the test was done, it was shown that foreign payments can be made between two RTG systems at the same time. When it comes to the XRP Ledger's promise, I was able to really see how much it could grow. You can also learn why XRP is so popular and how to get the most out of it. One way to get a better sense of the demand part is to see how businesses are responding to it. As you probably already know, digital assets are getting a lot of attention. You also know that the market for digital assets has grown, and this is happening between institutions as well. And right now, the best way to do that is to think about how these ETF entries are happening. It's important to note that 10 exchange-traded funds, ETFs, have been filed for XRP so far, but I think there will be more. Another time, it's clear that we can see the direction things are going and move forward. Take a look at this. This has caught my attention. I was very interested in it and thought it would be fun to share it with this group of people. The blockchain systems that are used are not taking the place of big companies like Swift by absorbing them. There is a common way to talk between blockchain systems called ISO 2022. Please keep in mind that Swift is not a tool for settlements, but a message service. The network that was built on the standard. To put it simply, it helps banks talk to each other more easily. The XRPL ledger and the HAR are both examples of ISO-compliant blockchain protocols. This means that they can talk to each other in the same language as Swift. which changes the rules of the game totally. Even though these blockchains are used to put away tokens, the activities and messages written on the ledger are what give it its real value. The market value of the tokens comes from everything that is built, transferred, and logged by the people in the network. No, Swift won't be changed in any way. When blockchain standards are added, it will be able to change while at the same time being in the middle of every deal that's going on. That's very interesting. That out of the way, let's look at what's going on with the market as a whole, as well as the price of XRP and other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Now, look at what happened with the guys on the dominance score. This means let's really take 10 seconds of our time to look into what happened in detail and find out what happened. This is the first time since February 2nd that we've seen the control rise to 64.2%. What exactly have I been saying? As you know, now is not the time to get excited about other options. There are signs that Bitcoin is going in that direction. You might notice that we have a 64% lead. You already know that's a huge amount. It's also likely that Bitcoin will shake out. Let's pretend, for the sake of argument, that Bitcoin doesn't stay where it is around 38 instead of 82.7%, or if it falls below 38.2% and goes back to the 0.5 level. What do you think will happen to different types of cryptocurrencies? Unlike Bitcoin, altcoins will drop much more than Bitcoin. Because of this, what we must not forget is that there is no doubt that the price of Bitcoin has gone up in the last few hours. As you know,